So, vocabulaire, aujourd'hui, on va continuer avec les émotions et tout ça. So earlier on, we did quite a lot of emotional related language. We were talking about things being terrible and wonderful and so forth. And we're going to carry on with that idea here. So let's look at the verb aimer. Now, I know it's one of the most basic verbs that you learn right at the beginning, but let's just look at the little nuances of how we use it. So, Grégoire aime bien Karine. Il est copain, ami avec Karine. So by putting bien behind aimer, it's just saying that, you know, we're friends. So si on aime bien quelqu'un, we're friends with them. That's not big love. That's just a friendship. You're friends. Karine est une copine. So the masculine is il est copain and the feminine, excuse me, est copine. Grégoire aime beaucoup Dora. Il a beaucoup d'affection pour elle. Dora est une grande amie. So Grégoire likes a lot Dora, but that's not love. He likes her a lot. So he's got a lot of affection for her. So Dora is a big friend, is a great friend. But funny enough, it's by taking away that we strengthen the love meaning. So Grégoire aime Juliette. Il y a une relation amoureuse avec elle. So that's love. Juliette est la femme de sa vie. So Juliette is the woman of his life. So it just says here, remarque, le verbe aimer utilisé seul a le sens le plus fort. So when you use aimer just all by itself, has got the strongest meaning. So if someone says to me, Ellie, je t'aime, I think, well, that's really nice, but they're saying, Ellie, I love you. I don't, you know, I doubt whether they really are declaring their love for me, but je t'aime bien is I like you, you know, we're friends. So voilà. We can use it for activities and situations as well. So, est-ce que vous aimez le chocolat? Oui, j'aime bien le chocolat. J'en mange, I eat it. Oui, j'aime beaucoup le chocolat. J'en mange avec plaisir. Yeah, I like it, you know, a reasonable amount. We're going up, aren't we, in intensity here. Oui, j'adore le chocolat. J'en mange trop. I eat too much of it, perhaps. Yeah, so that's going up in intensity. Now let's have a look at love and emotions. I've got some cartoons here as well. So, la joie, so joy. Les enfants sont joyeux, ils s'amusent. Ils rient beaucoup, le petit garçon est très drôle. So, children are joyful, they have fun. S'amuser, reflexive verb, is to have fun. Ils rient beaucoup, they laugh a lot. The little boy is very funny, très drôle. Le contentement et la fierté. So contentment and pride. So les parents sont satisfaits, contents de l'école de leurs enfants. So the parents are satisfied or content with the school of their children's school. Les parents sont fiers de leurs enfants. That's a great word, fiers de, être fier de, they're proud of their children. Ils sourient avec fierté. They smile with pride. So, être fier de, notice the de, être satisfait, être content de, and then sourire, that's to smile, would be the infinitive, avec fierté. Okay? Oh, now it's a bit sadder. La tristesse. Colette a perdu son mari est mort. So Colette has lost her husband is dead. Elle a beaucoup de chagrin. Chagrin is an emotion that you feel with its grief. It's not only when you lose somebody, but it's when you sort of like, you know, it's that sense of loss. Elle est très malheureuse. So we put mal in front of heureux, and she's feminine, so heureuse. So she's very unhappy. If we want to say that she was happy, elle est très heureuse. So the mal makes it unhappy. Elle pleure tout le temps. So she's crying all the time. Ses amis sont très tristes pour elle. So her friends are very sad for her. Excuse me. Equally, you could say, in a different situation, obviously, ses amis sont très heureux pour elle. You know, so you can be an emotion for someone else. Also, you can notice la tristesse, sadness, être triste. So the two are connected, aren't they? To be sad, or the noun sadness. Okay, next one, la colère. La colère is anger. Nicolas a cassé un vase. Sa mère est furieuse contre lui. Elle est en colère contre lui. C'est la troisième fois qu'il casse un vase. So Nicholas breaks a vase. His mother is furious against him. Notice it's contre lui. So she's furious, or elle est en colère contre lui. So she's angry with him. Okay, la peur, so fear, the fear. Aude a fait peur à Julien. So let's just drop to the second one first of all, and just see the difference between these two things, because you can apply this in all sorts of ways. So, la peur. Julien a eu très peur. So this is the passé composé of avoir. So Julian was frightened. We say have fear, don't we? So Julian was very frightened. But what's happened? She's behind the door, isn't she? And she's scaring him. So we can put faire peur à. Now this is put into the passé composé, so that's why we've got avoir there. But it's not avoir, in fact, it's faire peur à Julien. So if you fais quelque chose à quelqu'un, you're doing something to someone. So Aude a fait peur à Julien. Aude frightened Julien because she's the one who's doing the action. So she's doing something to him. So I could say, j'ai fait sourire ma voisine. I made my neighbor smile. Okay, so faire and then the thing means you made that person do the thing. Okay, la surprise, so surprise. Fabrice est surpris. Fabrice is masculine, so he's surpris. If it was Fabienne or some feminine name, it would be a surprise with an E on the end. Quite often we hear this word being used for surprise, which is étonné. So être surpris, être étonné. Étonné means to be surprised. And that's a good one to know, because people say ça m'étonne, ça m'étonne. That is actually saying this, ça m'étonne, that surprises me. It's a great thing to say in conversation, isn't it? Oh, that surprises me. Okay, so parce que Bertrand a téléphoné après 3 ans d'absence. So Fabrice is very surprised because Bertrand has called after 3 years of absence. C'était une bonne surprise, so it was a good surprise, or if it was a bad surprise, it would be une mauvaise surprise. Now, this is a word that people have difficulty saying. And I think if you have difficulty saying a word, then maybe give it a bit of time and effort and keep on trying to say it until you no longer find that that's the case, rather than avoiding using it. Okay, so l'ennui, which is boredom. And it's a much broader definition of boredom than we have in English. It can be fed up. It can be all sorts of different. It's used quite broadly. It can even be to do with problems. You know, les ennuis are problems. Okay, c'est dimanche, so it's Sunday. Benoît s'ennuie, so Benoît's bored. Notice it's reflexive, you bore yourself. Il ne sait pas quoi faire. He doesn't know what to do. You could use that if you don't know what to do, how to resolve a problem, or you just don't know, haven't got an idea what to do now. Il déteste les dimanches. He hates Sundays. Il trouve que les dimanches sont ennuyeux. Now, this is the word that people find really difficult to say. So let's just say it again. Ennuyeux. Ennuyeux. You just take it down syllable by syllable. And it's not such a difficult word, but it's one you probably want to use quite a lot. So ennuyeux. And then the opposite of ennuyeux, so when you have that line through it, is intéressant. Would be interesting. But he finds, and that's a good verb to use. So rather than saying all the time, I think that, you know, and things like that, you could say, I find that things are something or other. I find this person interesting. I find this situation interesting or boring or whatever. So je trouve que. I find that instead of je pense all the time. It's just sort of like another way of saying it. Bon, très bien. Well, I hope you found that useful. Sorry about the croakiness of my voice. And I'll see you again soon. Merci beaucoup. Merci d'être là. Au revoir.